Had it not been for Carol Saul, the Oshman Family Jewish Community Center at the Toby Corrett Campus for Jewish Life might not exist today. As board president, she not only saved the JCC when it was on the brink of closing, she spearheaded the fundraising that resulted in the new center.
How's it different from other JCCs? What's so special about it?
This is what you would describe as an urban village. And you've got people, seniors living on top of all of the JCC spaces and preschools and a town square and promenades and courtyards. So it's quite different in that it has outdoor spaces that are programmatic and indoor spaces.
Raising funds for such a large-scale project was an enormous task, requiring extraordinary, often quite audacious measures.
So the biggest and boldest step we took was to bid on the 12 acres, again with the Bridge Housing as a partner, but to bid on that without having any money in hand. And we bid $38 million, and we didn't have 1 cent.
While Carol is an active and devoted member of the Jewish community, the path that led her to it was unusual.
I think the first thing you have to understand is that I am a convert to Judaism. And I grew up in the Catholic faith. And I don't really understand myself all of the reasons why I became so passionate about the Jewish community, except that I've always heard that converts are the most zealous, shall we say. And I think many times that zealousness comes in the form of religion. And for me, it never was quite the religious aspect of Judaism. It was really the community building and the culture and the values of Judaism. And I so value them and appreciate them, and I think they're misunderstood. Judaism is something that you live daily, and it infiltrates your life in a complete way. There is something called tikkun olam, and that is the obligation to repair the world. Another Hebrew word, another value is tzedakah. And tzedakah means doing the right thing. It's loosely translated into philanthropy or charity. Another thing, very big thing, big difference between Catholicism and Judaism, and I think that this may actually be more telling than anything else, and that is that Judaism doesn't believe really in a hereafter. So everything you do is the here and the now.
Let's talk a little bit about, well, even more personal. You had a tragedy that occurred during this whole project, a personal family tragedy, and yet somehow in the end it tied in. Tell me what that was and how it tied in.
Right. So about 3 years into this whole project, I started in early 2001. And in early 2004, my daughter passed away from complications of juvenile arthritis. And as a result of that, there was a moment when it was hard to know just how to proceed. And I made a decision that I would throw myself into this project in her memory, and that it was going to actually save me emotionally. And we named the town square, which is in the absolute dead center of everything that's going on the campus, is her town square. It's named the Jessica Lynn Saul Town Square.
So with the loss of your daughter and the birth of the new center, how different a person are you now from the person you were 10 years ago?
This project is a lifetime achievement. It sort of all came together and taught me a lot about what's possible, and taught me about what makes things succeed, and gave me a personal sense of satisfaction. I think is for a lifetime.
Was there ever a moment when you thought, this is nuts, this is crazy, we can't do this? Did you ever get discouraged?
Never. I have to tell you that, honestly, from the moment I took the reins of the JCC in 2001, and I knew I was taking it over, I was driven. I knew that I was there for a reason. It was almost something spiritual. And I felt that I made this decision to do this because something really special had to happen. So I felt that I was being kind of led by something bigger than myself. And I never really looked back, even through the tragedy, through the difficult times of raising money. I always felt that failure was not an option, not for the community, not for me, not for this project.